Congressman Allred, it's good to see you. I hope you're staying warm.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jason. We're lucky. We have power right now.
I want to ask you about moving forward from here. We're not out of the woods on this thing yet. It's been a tough few days here. But legislatively, is there anything on the federal side that Congress can do to prevent this from happening to Texans again?
Looking forward, we have to invest in our electrical grid across the country. It's not just here in Texas where we have some problems. Our grid needs to be more resilient in Texas and more prepared to deal with extreme weather events, because while this may be something that wasn't expected, I think we will see that more of this will come because that's the nature of the sort of changing climate condition that we're in.
So is that a federal investment, you think, into making a financial investment or a legislative investment?
Well, what we're going to do, we have this in our infrastructure bill that we passed in the last Congress, and we'll pass it, I think, later this year in this Congress, is to try and invest in the next generation of electrical grids, both to promote renewable energy, battery storage, but also resiliency. And that's something that Texas will hopefully be able to draw on in terms of federal funding to try and help the state update our grid. Because what we're trying to do is, of course, lower our emissions and also make a more reliable electrical system. And I think we're seeing right now that our system is really subject too much to weather extremes.
Yeah, and talking to ERCOT, it seems like you can kind of spread the blame around. President Biden, for example, was attacked for saying we need to move away from coal, and now Republicans are attacking renewable sources like wind and solar, blaming them for this outage. But ERCOT's saying that at the end of the day, everything went down. We lost wind and solar. We lost natural gas. We lost nuclear for a while. We lost coal plants. It seems to me, just on the outside of this, Congressman, that there needs to be a balanced supply here.
Well, first of all, I think it's not very productive. And I've seen some of these Texas politicians going on TV and blaming renewable energy, which to me is just bizarre. First of all, renewable energy for us keeps our prices down. It's something we lead the nation in wind energy, and about 2/3 of the power that's out right now is the thermal energy that you mentioned, coal, natural gas, the kind that we burn. And so it's not the renewable energy that's causing most of these outages. And I think that's counterproductive. But it is true that having a grid where we have a diverse set of inputs is a good thing for us. What it has to be, though, is resilient enough that when you have a weather event, that it doesn't all go off at the same time. And that's what we're seeing.
Should Texas rejoin the eastern power grid in the United States or the western power grid? Because the way it's set up right now, I don't think a lot of people knew this, and I just learned it the other day, but the most Texas can get in from the eastern power grid is 800 megawatts. And that's not a lot considering right now in the height of the storm, rather, we're down 45,000 megawatts. Right. Is it time for Texas to look at plugging in somewhere else instead of going it alone?
Certainly the regulations and the protections have to be in place, and the planning has to be in place, that when something like this happens, you can draw on emergency supplies. And so, I think there's going to have to be a full review of what happened, and it can't be a partisan thing. It can't be blaming wind power. It can't be blaming, particular politicians like what I've seen. That won't help anybody. We need to actually assess what happened here because people are dying. This is very serious.
Congressman Allred, thanks for the time. We appreciate it, and stay warm.
Thanks so much, Jason.